All right, let's go ahead and get started on the next point then. Okay, remember if you go to the last class where we learned about the div float, and we did like float left right to push the divs to the borders, right? So there's an activity coming up at the end of this class which kind of really gets advanced into that. And it gets into the idea that in addition to saying float left and float right, which would be float left, float right, another thing that you can do, which is kind of responsive, is to stack your floats in the same direction. So you'd say float left, float left, float left. And what that actually does is to put them side by side. So 1, 2, 3. The actual divs are 1, 2, 3 to HTML. But because you said float left, left, float left, float left, it actually hooks them like this until the width of the screen is used, and then wraps them around. So it's kind of responsive. If you were to make the screen smaller, it would be responsive. So we're going to do this exercise. The only kind of tricky thing is that when you want to create like what do you call it, like a breaking point, a clear start, you have to use this clear fix thing, which basically just resets the attaching of the float lefts to a new start, a new paragraph or a new section. Okay, this comes up in your homework, so let it sink in. Make sure you understand it. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a try. I'll show you the working version first. Okay, we've got, it's called Clear Fix HTML. And this is all that you're going to need to do to make this example work, is to create 3 divs. Hello world in the first one, how are you in the third one. But you're going to repeat float left twice. And when you do that, you're going to get something like this. All right, so think about this for a second. The hello world were both float lefts, but they showed up like this. They showed up stacked side by side. And then the third one, how are you, is on its own line. It started from scratch fresh. Okay? So all I want you to walk away from with this example is the thought that when you stack float left, float left, float left, as many as you want, they will actually join side by side. So for example, if I have 4 of them, what should happen? Do you see that? So no matter how many I go float left, they will just attach, 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 attach until I say clear it and start fresh on the new line. Okay? And so the point that you need to walk away with is that A, you're repeating the same float over and over again. Whereas in the last one, we went different directions. One went left and one went right, right? Here we're saying everybody go the same direction, and like a train, just stack on each other until you get to the end, and then you do a clear. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this a try. And we could use your same folder that you already have in the 2 guys that were having trouble, you should be able to resync right now on this thing, and if not, the TAs will help you through this. But so let's go ahead and go back to our folder that we created. It's first name folder. Not that one. No, just leave it open in the leave it open in the VS Code. That's okay. I think I have 2 VS Codes though, right? Don't I? Where are you? Robert folder. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this little icon in the upper left, when you click on it, it will open and close your view of your folder structure. So take it away when you're needing more space, and then bring it back when you're trying to navigate your files. So inside of the folder, add a new file called, what do we call this? I'll call it clearfix.html. All right, and in this we're going to put 3 divs. The first 2 will float left, and the third one will have the clear. In this one, I'm going to put an inline style just because it's a quick and dirty. And then if you want to on your own, you can move it to the style block or its own file. But on the div tag itself, I'm just going to say style equals float left.
What does both refer to?
Right, left, or both. Margins. It's saying I need to move it down to where I have left a full thing. All right. So one HTML file, 2 divs, make both divs float left, the third div, clear it, and then it should reset and start from the bottom. And I didn't put a background color, so it should just be black and white if that's the only style you did. However, if you link in your style sheet, the body should get your blue if you want it to do that. So it'll auto type the closing div tag, but it doesn't auto type the closing quote. Spaced out. Oh, the colors. Yep. And then you put a semicolon after left as a general rule, so that's ready to add more the inside quote. Questions, anyone?